This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. On Mondays, we do something I invented called Mosseri Monday, which is when we review what head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, shared on his Ask Me Anything on Friday. Let's get right into the questions, and let's start off with a big one. What's the next feature you're adding to Reels? This is very important, and I'll explain why after he gives the answer.
Honestly, most of our time is still focused on table stakes, getting better at ranking, creative tools, particularly things like trimming videos, making it easier to, when you see a video, are inspired to create a similar video. So a lot more catching up to do.
That catching up is really important because once they're caught up, that's when the innovation will begin. Right now, they're just copying TikTok feature for feature, just like they did with Snapchat initially in 2016. But once they caught up feature-wise, that's when they started innovating and adding features that hadn't been created on Snapchat yet. And that's when they reached critical mass adoption. I think this is a little bit different because in the case of these type of short form videos, they have to be really entertaining, and it requires more creativity to make that than it does to make a story. Let's get on to the next question, and this is one I'd never thought about before. Is your Instagram the same as everyone else's? Here's his response.
It's very similar. As employees of Instagram, we're often testing new ideas and new features, so we'll be using them internally before they're launched publicly, but for the most part, it's pretty close.
I thought this question was good, but as a reminder, there is an Instagram beta app that you can use anytime. You can sign up to be an Instagram beta tester, and if for some reason you don't like the beta version or it crashes a lot, which always seems to happen to me, you can revert back to the regular version of the app at any time. Next question. You want to keep Instagram simple, but how when the site always gets new features? This is a good question. Here's the answer.
I mean, that's the big challenge. The world changes and Instagram needs to change to stay relevant, but then if we add too many features, we lose sight of who we are. So I think if 2020 was about trying new things, 2021 is going to be about focusing and simplifying.
I get that there's a lot of complaints about how complicated Instagram has become, but to be honest, if you go back and look at screenshots from 2012 or 2013 of how simple the app used to look, you might think that you want a simple photo sharing site with no algorithm or anything complicated like stories and reels and messaging and all the other things. But to be honest with you, it would not hold your attention for very long in 2020. I'm just going to tell you, based on the way the world has advanced, they have to keep innovating to hold people's attention. The next question, how is the new redesign landing with people? I bring this up because there's been a lot of negative feedback about it.
So far, actually reasonably well. Having been through a series of redesigns over my career, I was expecting a little bit more snark, particularly online. Obviously, we've gotten some, but for the most part, it's going better than expected.
That's it for today's show. If you could do me a favor, if you enjoy this show, if you like it, you think it's valuable, you recommend it to your friends, could you please leave me an Amazon review? I love when you guys send me messages, but to be honest, for more people to find the show, you have to leave a review. So please go to Amazon.com or wherever you listen to the podcast. That's totally fine if it's on Spotify, Apple Music, or somewhere else, and just leave a brief review saying how much you enjoy the show. That would really help other people to find it. Thanks for listening, and come back tomorrow for more Instagram news.